My name's Ollie and this is Bookdraw, and for those who don't know what Bookdraw is, I'm interested in queer fiction and I create little illustrations or fan arts about the works that I'm interested in. And today I am reviewing The Root of Passion by Anne Roberts. And I said in my little catch up just before, basically this is published by, I don't know if you can see this, I'll probably put this up on the side, but this is published by Bella Books. So Bella Books are a smaller publishing company based in America, and they publish lesbian fiction. And I picked this up from the library, I was drawn to it, and read it and loved the book. The one thing I would say about in terms of being a smaller publishing house, it does that annoying thing where the layout and the margins of the actual book is right up to the edges, and I don't know if that's a thing for other people, but for me it kind of detracts from the reading experience. It's kind of got too much on a single page, and I prefer it just kind of placed more in the centre. But so I don't know if that's like just a small publishing house issue, but it does kind of detract from the reading experience, but it wasn't enough to put me off it entirely. So The Root of Passion is focusing on the character Grace Owens, and Grace Owens is a surgeon. She's based in America, and she lives a very set routine lifestyle where she gets up, she goes to work, she's literally got people's lives in her hands, and she doesn't want to jeopardise that at all. So she works really hard all week. She's in long hour surgeries where she's dealing with people's hearts and bits and pieces, and it goes into quite a lot of detail on that, which is kind of interesting in itself. And it's nice to see like a strong, intelligent female character who's doing this, but also kind of being pushed in a way in terms of someone who is a strong, determined individual, but possibly more conservative, and she's kind of being pushed by her peers, and I'm not sure how I feel about that, because her peers are kind of rude about her, about how safe she is, and how boring she is, and basically say live a little more. And so her friend Margot, she travels all over the world because she's an air hostess. She's bisexual. She's very more open and extravagant, and sleeps around, and has a lot more fun in a lot of ways than Grace. Stumbles into this little shack, and it's full of all these interesting potions and weirdness, and she's personally drawn to this bottle with swans kind of on the side, and it's to make her more graceful and less clumsy. But the owner of the shop says that she can only buy a potion that she intends to give to another person. So instead she is then drawn to this love potion, the Root of Passion, and she goes out on a hunch and just says, oh, why not? Like, something within it makes her want to. And what I love about this book is it's so kind of, I don't know, like, it's a read, it feels like a bit of a throwback from the 80s or 90s, and I just enjoyed it for that. Like, it's very, it's very unbelievable in a lot of ways, but it's just fun. It's just a fun ride. So she basically buys this potion, she gives it to Grace, and Grace is resistant to having it, and she ends up getting her drink spiked at the beginning, and that's how she kind of goes on this journey. But then she discovers kind of the consequences of her actions by taking the Root of Passion as well. So having all this kind of hedonism and joy, and exploring herself in a lot of different ways. She goes and does some very daring and exciting things. It does get quite sexual at one point. I won't go into the detail, but yeah, that's also quite fun. And then she also pushes herself in different ways in terms of being more adventurous as well, and just in terms of the way she relates to other women and how she approaches them. So it's quite interesting to kind of see the psychology of a woman in terms of the barriers that they put up for themselves, and also how she can overcome them, and she just has this kind of switch that goes, I can handle this, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with this situation. I mean, the character herself is kind of one-dimensional, but I just forgave it and just enjoyed it, because it's quite a quick read, and I just enjoyed her evolving in terms of being more adventurous, pushing herself that little bit further, doing things that she might not necessarily do. And I like how that was all drawn from the potion itself, and whether or not you don't fully know if it's kind of a placebo effect, or if it's actually has this true mystical nature and power behind it. And so it plays with that thread as well. And I don't want to reveal if it did or didn't have an impact on her. But it's fun, it's a cool read. I highly recommend checking out Bella Books, because there seems to be a lot of other interesting novels on there too. I'm certainly buying some more from there, because looking through their catalogue, they seem to have a lot of interesting titles, and so I'm certainly going to go back for more. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know if you've read The Root of Passion, or if you're aware of Bella Books. I'd be interested to know what people know about Bella Books, because I've not been funded by them or anything like to promote this. I've just genuinely come across it and I was like, hey, this is cool. So if you know more about them, please recommend some other good titles which I should check out. I certainly will. Tell me what you thought. If you enjoyed this book, I'd be really interested to know if how you took it in terms of the story, and what reaction you had to the characters in it as well. Anyway, this is probably enough from me. I will catch you again soon, and see you later. Bye.